Hello everyone and welcome to Daria Draws. Finally, time has come for me to make a travel vlog. And before we dig into that, I would love to introduce my new mug, which I got on my way home at the duty-free store. And it's truly unique because I haven't seen anything like this in town. And I guess by the writing on the cup, you can already tell we're talking about my trip to Bulgaria, to Sofia, where I have studied for 5 years. And of course, I do have my favorite places and people to show you, as well as the exhibition that my friend and I have organized while I was there. And now back to the cup. This guy's called Kuker. Basically, it's a man dressed in this kind of beast costume and wearing bells around his waist so that he can scare off the evil spirits during the celebration of Suva, which is basically celebrating the end of winter and beginning of spring, everything new, hence the scaring away the spirits. But yeah, now that the mug is introduced, the topic is introduced, let's dig in. The first couple of days were given to us to simply adjust, get the SIM cards, exchange currency and etc. All the things you need to do upon arrival. And the first day was just very chill, so was the second. We just mainly ate and walked around the center and kind of just visited all our favorite bookstores and ice cream shops. So yeah, that was the first couple of days just to get adjusted a little bit. The third day was the most intense emotion-wise and physically-wise because it was the day of the exhibition. So in the morning after the breakfast, we actually had some time to walk around and I stumbled upon the new art shop that was kind of next to my old house. I definitely did a bit of shopping and then I was just drawing my husband in the park, which was very romantic and very refreshing. You don't get to do that very often here. In the afternoon, we went to the bar where we were having our exhibition. Even though the place wasn't small, it took us quite a while to decorate everything and make sure that all the paintings looked good and in the right places. We had our tags ready. I had also some postcards printed out so that people could just buy souvenirs if they weren't feeling like getting an actual painting. And of course, we just talked about the bar and how drinks would be served and all of those little details that sometimes you don't really think about during the exhibition. The bar where we had our exhibition is located right in the center of the city. You cannot imagine a better location, and it's just so cozy and it's so artsy, and the owner herself is very much into arts, so she allowed us to do whatever we wanted with the place, which is a very rare thing because you don't get that kind of freedom very often. I didn't really film much of the opening itself just because I was busy and I wanted to actually enjoy and not whip out the camera into people's faces because I feel like that would be awkward for some, perhaps. And yeah, basically we stayed there for about 4 hours and went home. I was just drained. I guess it was mostly emotions, but yeah, it was a very successful night. Some of the paintings were sold, not the same night, but in the next few days. The little fighters were sold. They found their forever home, which I'm so happy for. And also some of the other paintings were sold as well. So that is very nice, and it just kind of reminds me that art is not only about kind of selling, but also about connecting to people. And when somebody finds something valuable and relatable and very personal in your work, that's just amazing. Here you can see the bits of Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, which is the oldest Orthodox church in the whole Balkans. So yeah, this is a big deal for Sofia, and it's one of the biggest monuments, and it's actually still working. Like, we could hear the bells and everything, so you can go inside. I'm just not a very big church fan, but in general, yeah, like, you can go inside and it's a beautiful building. And in the same exact square, just across the little street, you can see Kvadrat 500, which is a national gallery for Bulgarian and foreign art. The collection there is incredible. I feel like it's 3 stories building or 2 stories building. I didn't visit it this time, but I did visit it last year, and much recommended if you were wondering whether you should go. And just a little bit further is my academy, and it's the oldest art school in Bulgaria, which is quite nice. It's also been established in 1896, and yeah, it's nice to see that also they're kind of rebuilding the place. They added a little bit of modern kind of part for the building for the studios, but I wish they also renovated the part where I have studied in the old building, just because it's so beautiful and it's kind of getting ruined by time, and I wish just they did something about it. I always love the higher ceilings in the old building. I feel like they add to the atmosphere, and the windows are huge, so there's a lot of light in the studio, and yeah, it just makes you want to write there and then dig into the paint. So let's take a little peek inside. This is basically where I went to every single day for the 5 years that I've studied in the academy. And we had our models there, and we would leave our canvases and all of the paint. So each of us would have a little workstation, but the stairs were always freaking me out. Although the view was incredible, like, it was always very green, and even in winter it was amazing because of the white snow. So it always just felt so artistic and so almost fairy tale like. So this is the corridor where I used to walk every single morning, and it's pretty empty and chaotic because it's still not yet school year. It will be a bit cleaned up. At least it used to be a bit cleaner. And yeah, this is it. And we're just gonna go back down the stairs. They freak me out still, even 5 years later. And of course, upon my arrival, I just had to make this mikitsu drawing, which is essentially a donut without a hole, and it's served with Bulgarian cheese and jam. The last day was a little sad because, of course, nobody wants their vacation to end, and it was just so nice to kind of sit in the park and draw everything I saw around me, just kind of capture those moments. And the weather was so amazing. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. Everything was just right, and it is definitely something to remember, just those little moments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and you can always subscribe to my channel to see more content in the future. However, if you would like to see more videos right now, you can click on either of those, and I'll see you in the next one.